Hello, myself Sophia Shikalgar and I am from Pune. Today's my video topic name is the tissue. So first of all, what is meant by the tissue? The tissue is made by the cells. Means the group of the cells which have similar structure and functions which are work together to perform a Uh, specific activities. Is known as the tissue. After that, the study of tissue is known as the histology. Means we have to we are used to in the study we are used in the study of tissue known as the histology. Uh, the study of tissue diseases means tissue related diseases are known as the histopathology, uh, the study of tissue diseases. After that, in the tissue there are four types: connective tissue, epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So first is the epithelial tissue. In the epithelial tissue, the presence of all the layers of the skins in the epithelial tissue. The outer layer is made up of the epithelial tissue. Simply, in the epithelial tissue there are two parts of the epithelial tissue, and which are divided into simple epithelial tissue and striated epithelial tissue. So in the simple epithelial tissue, it is made up of the simple epithelial tissue which are made up of the single layer of the cell. After that, the striated epithelial tissue. The striated epithelial tissue which are made up of one or two or more layers of the cells is known as the striated epithelial tissue. Striated epithelial tissue. These are the two parts of the epithelial tissue. After that, after that there are subparts of the uh, uh, subparts of this sub subparts of the striated epithelial tissue. First is the squamous epithelial tissue. Second is the cuboidal epithelial tissue. Third one is the columnar epithelial tissue. The fourth one is the ciliated epithelial tissue, and last is the squamous epithelial tissue. So first is the squamous epithelial tissue. In the squamous epithelial tissue, there are flat shape of the squamous epithelial tissue. Next is the form a single layer of the squamous epithelial tissue. Cuboidal epithelial tissue means the shape of the cube-like structure. Next is the columnar epithelial tissue, which are column shape epithelial tissue. Next is the ciliated epithelial tissue, means the hair-like structure are present in ciliated epithelial tissue. After that, the function of the epithelial tissue. First is the the protection of the skin. The underlining structure from the external environment. Next is the absorption. Stomach and intestine lining absorb the various nutrition from the food. After that, the filtration. The epithelial tissue in the kidney, which helps to filter out the toxic substance from the blood. After that, the secretion of epithelial tissue from a gland which are secretes the useful substances. These are the four functions of the epithelial tissue. Next is the nervous tissue. The nervous tissues which are found in the nervous systems. The function about the nervous tissue. The primary function of nervous tissue is receive the stimuli, impulses to the spinal cords and the brain. The myelin sheet uh, in the nervous tissue, the myelin sheets are present, which are provide the nourishments and the nourishments to the spinal cords or brain, which are protects from hot and cold environments. The nervous tissue which are helps to uh, this uses. After that, the connective tissue which are group of the tissue that are connected, binds and supports to the tissue. This is the function of connective tissue, which are protect, supports and integrates to all the body parts. After that, connective tissue which are fills in a space inside our body with a matrix made up of fibrous with a liquid, solid or jelly like substances. After that, the connective tissue which are comprised of blood, bone, ligaments, tendons, areolar tissue, adipose tissue uh, and the cartilage. These are the function of connective tissue. Uh, that's in the blood. After that, in the blood, what are the function about what are the connective tissue work in the blood? First, in the blood, connective tissue which are helps to transfer of gases, nutrients, hormones and the eliminates the waste materials. After that, the ligaments and the tendons. Ligaments is a fibrous bonds of dense connective tissue connect bone to other to form a joint. Uh, tendons bones are the muscles. After that, the areolar, it is a loose connective tissue that are seen between the skin and the muscles in the bone marrow, around the blood vessels and the nerves. After that, the areolar tissue which are feel the space between the organ feel the space between the organ and the connect to the skin to underlining the muscles. After that, the adipose, it is a loose connective tissue which are compound mostly of the fat cells, are called the adipocytes, due to the storage of the fatty acids, fats and the and which are act as the insulators. After that, in the bone, it is a hard tissue that forms the skeleton. It is a vascular tissue which gives support framework to the body, protection to the internal organs and the muscles. The bones are the provided. After that, the function of the connective tissue, the connected different organs and tissue of the body, ligaments. The supports supports the tissue and the organs of the body. It protects to the tissue organ by the withstanding external and internal mechanisms of the stress. After that, the muscular tissue which are made by the muscles, which have the ability to respond the stimuli. uh, these are the work of the muscular tissue. There are main four properties of the muscular tissue. First is the contractibility, excitability, extensibility and elasticity. First is in the muscular tissue, it is a fibrous in nature. There are three main types of muscular tissue. Three main types of muscular tissue. First is the cardiac muscle tissue, which are present in the heart. The process of cardiac tissue which are involuntary. The cardiac muscle tissue which are used to pump the blood throughout the body. After that, the skeleton muscle tissue which are found in the bone. The skeleton muscle tissue is a voluntary muscles that controlled by us. It is known as the striated muscles also. After that, the smooth muscles are found in the internal organ and the digestive systems. The process it is Smooth muscle tissue are involuntary in the process, which are not controlled with to the us. The function about the the function about the muscular tissue is the give posture and the body supports also, moves bloods foods and the waste with the help of the smooth muscles, which are the responsible for the mechanism of the digestion, which are responsible for the pumping of the blood throughout the body, which are responsible for the uh, responsible for the movement of the body. These are the functions about the functions about the tissue, muscular tissue. These are the all four parts of the tissues which are explained. Thank you.